Okay, we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 4, opening remarks.
Don, I defer to Superintendent. While we have
Thank you. I'll be on, but thank you, Mr. Dutton, and members of the committee. First of all, thank you all for being there and attending on Saturday. I thought it was outstanding. Can't say enough, and thanks to Lil and Judy McDougall and Mike Dolan and everyone who was responsible for the planning of it. Because I know if it was left up to me and Ryan Powers, it wouldn't have been as eloquent. So thank you for that. That was a really, really nice ceremony. And just want to state that, you know, we opened school last week, and we've been spending quite a bit of time at the new Mitchell. And I will tell you, the folks on this committee, the taxpayers in Bridgewater and the town council and school committee, you should all put your head to the pillow at night and knowing that you have made 100 staff members incredibly happy and close to 800 students ecstatic about being in that school. It's beautiful. They are loving every minute of it. You can just see how happy they are to finally truly have a home that's their own and one that's conducive to that population. So I can't say enough. We've had a few bumps in the road here and there with, what happens with the opening of any new building. But, the overall morale and just sense of pride and happiness in that building. I can't say it enough, and I don't have the words to truly express how truly appreciative I am of all of you for providing our students and staff this opportunity. So thank you all, and we continue to march on with our punch list, and before you know it, that will be complete as well. So and thank you to, as always, members of CHA, RDA, and Bacon for all that you're doing. We'll continue to work hand in hand with you folks each and every day, and we appreciate your efforts as well. So thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you. It was a really nice time Saturday. All right, I'm going to go on to item 5, approval of previous SBC meeting minutes from August 29th.
Motion to approve.
Second, Mike Loesch.
All right, why don't we take the roll?
John,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved.
All right, thank you. Item 6, OPM update.
All right, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll kick this off. It's a shorter presentation today. So we had our final inspections on Thursday, September 1. Our TCO was officially issued Tuesday, September 6th, and time for the first day of school on September 7th. We had this ribbon cutting on the past Saturday. So punch list is underway and will be addressed in the coming weeks. We continue to do night work with the Rulon panel installation. And then we have training ongoing for the various custodial and facilities staff. And Bacon is preparing a schedule of any of the punch list items that they're wrapping up. So we hope to have that this week so we can share that with everyone. And then we had several meetings this month to get us to this point. So now some pictures of the school. The first day of school, we had an opportunity to be there and see just the joyful faces, and of course there was the Mitchell Monster. So the kids were very, very excited to be back. So the picture of cafeteria and the gym. The Rulon panels, which are in progress. Picture of the library. We have our ribbon cutting ceremony. Stuck those in Saturday and sent it out to you all. And then this lovely picture of the Mitchell family, who were just overjoyed of continuing the legacy. So just continuing some of the same items we had on here for post-occupancy schedule. Those gym and de-escalation room wall pads are upcoming. Opera bell partitions. We had a solar flashing school sign. We have circulation desks in the library. An exterior frame that needed to be reinstalled. And then we had the ceiling beams at the media center, the box beams at the lobby, pavement markings at the playground. And then once we get further with the Rulon panels, we have railings going at those wells. And then, of course, the Rulon panels, which right now is night work. So we have no change orders this evening, but we are still tracking some of these open change orders. This hasn't yet changed. We'll be working to complete costs to date, working with Bacon to review these final numbers when they come in. So hopefully next meeting they have this wrapped up and we can present some of these changes to you, now that we final paved and things like that. So just jumping ahead, we expect to just continue meeting quickly once per month. This will just be to give everyone an update and hopefully just approve bills for payment. So we'll continue to meet the second Monday. This one, the next one in October had to push a week because of the holiday. So that date is more middle of the month. But we'll continue to meet not on holidays. So just continuing to track the budget. We should have a better understanding once we have these change orders to see where we're left with contingency. So I hope to have that update to you guys for the next meeting so that we can discuss, remaining things or work to complete that we may need to address. As far as furniture and small wares, still continuing to accept any back ordered items. We've set up a Google form with teachers and staff to address any punch list warranty items or any material that they may have an issue with in their classroom, or maybe they're missing, a bin or a tote that they ordered from the smallwares. So just continuing to track that down. And I've been working with Angela from OSO. She's our interior designer. She placed all the orders for the smallware, so I've just been working closely with her to track down anything that hasn't showed up yet. And then just continuing to track our pro pay. I did want to just open it up to see if anyone had any specific questions on schedule or anything else that's on your mind.
I don't have any questions. I don't see anybody else.
John, I did. Sorry, it's Dennis.
Oh, hi, Dennis.
Alyssa, I know we talked about this. Do you have any timeline for the evacuation routes?
RDA has been asked to do that last week, and they are working on it. Actually, John
Perfect.
updated us today. So they're working on getting those over to you. I think it was about 115 plans. So it does take
Yes.
some time to do that. But they're working
Okay.
on it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Derek?
I just wanted to let Dennis know that that did come up in last week's trailer meeting. So I meant to fill you in on that, Dennis. I know that John Pataki had let Gene know that. So just wanted to let folks know that is underway. I didn't know if Alyssa stated that, but that was actually discussed last week, last Tuesday's meeting. So just want to let you know that is on their radar.
Yeah, we've got someone here putting the plans together, and I've asked Bacon to have the sign guy give us a price for the holders. So it's in the works, and we're pushing.
Okay.
We're running
Thanks, John.
executive, so
Yep.
we'll get the holders and we'll get the signs hopefully at the same time, and we'll put them all in.
Thank
And
you,
a
John.
And another major topic of discussion for the children, do we have a timeline of when they will be able to play on the playground so I can just answer for them once and for all?
They were supposed to be done Sunday, but since we off-put them on Saturday with the ribbon cutting, that did not happen. So we'll get an update from them on the schedule hopefully tomorrow in our job meeting.
Okay, the 800 students will be excited to know. So, and I won't have to answer it 800 times. So that would be great. Thank you.
Keep in mind, Dennis, every time it rains, they lose 2 full days because it has to dry.
Okay.
So that's the danger of this rubber surface. It has to be dry. So if
All right, well, it
rains,
can't
they have to
rain
wait
again
a
this
whole nother
weekend.
day for it to dry out.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody have anything else for the OPM update?
Just one quick question. I kind of noticed this through the walkthrough, and I may have missed this certainly in a previous meeting. But was it discussed to put the handicap stickers on the ends of the lockers for the older kids? It's just a practice that a lot of districts have moved away from because it pretty much automatically identifies a student as having a disability.
Part of the reason for that is the locker is different. That's why it's identified. The locker shelf height and the hook heights are different than the normal lockers. So if you don't identify them, you don't know where they are.
But the staff will know, so maybe.
Yeah, I think
You
the
can take
staff
them
will
off if you
figure that
want.
out.
It's just, it's one of the things that.
Yeah.
They're just different.
Yeah, I just think it's something for Principal Bray and Superintendent to just consider, just point it out.
It's not a bad idea, and hopefully the stickers come off easily or get some acetate and we can get them off. But it's
Glue Gone.
Glue
I'm
gun.
comfortable.
Glue Gone
removing
looks,
them. I don't have a problem.
works
with it.
great.
Cool.
And I know I mentioned this as well, Alyssa and John. Do we have any updates on classroom flags?
I don't, they're supposed to have the holders. I don't know if we own the flags. I doubt it. But the holders are supposed to be there. So I'll have to check with Kerry tomorrow.
Okay, and so that means I'll meet with the superintendent, then we'll have to order our own flags. Is that what you're saying?
They're not in the spec, just the holders.
Okay. All right, thank you.
We don't buy flags.
Yeah, usually it's an FF&E. Yeah. Alyssa, maybe we can check, and I'm really sorry, we can check with FF&E, see if Angela might have ordered them. But-
Yes.
But perhaps not.
I will check.
So John, I would only add to Dennis's question, if there's an issue with flags, we have a supplier. If they're not appearing anywhere else in the FF&E or in the budget, we have a supplier and we can source those pretty quickly.
Right.
John,
Sure.
Dennis, you're talking about the classroom.
Correct. Each classroom needs a flag for morning announcements and things like that. We do have a flag for outside. We just don't have the chain yet.
I think Derek's cutting out.
Derek, we didn't hear that last part. You cut out.
All right, I just didn't know if Dennis had that conversation maybe with Tom Kilgore. We could look in the district, and if not, we could order them, and then we could always use the ones that come in as small wares, as backups down the line.
Okay, so the design team and CHA is gonna check to see if they're in the process already, or if we own them in some form. And then go from there, right? Figure out how you acquire them.
Yep.
Anything else before we move on to the designer update? All right, thank you, Alyssa. Item 7, designer update.
Right. I don't have a lot to say tonight. Thank goodness for you guys. I do want to, like, with all sincerity, say that I was really impressed with the ceremony on Saturday. It was, we go to a lot of them. It was really, really well done. It was really well done. And it was really great to, and I'm sure for you guys too, just as Derek said, to see all the happiness, of everyone who was in the building. So you guys probably don't go to a lot of them. Like I say, we do. And just trust me, it was really not too long, not too short, very sincere. I thought it was really touching, the whole way we kind of talked about George Mitchell throughout the process. I'm sure the family was touched, and they sound like they deserve to be, right? I mean, sounds like an amazing guy. So that's pretty cool. John may have a few things to say, but we are currently, I know today he was going through Bacon's, 1,200 item punch list, which they did themselves. Doesn't mean the building's not built well. It just means, they've been really good about tracking stuff that has to be finished or corrected. And we were chit-chatting amongst ourselves about issuing a certificate of substantial completion. And that's something contractually that Bacon is owed, right? And you guys moved into the building, on whatever date it was within the last week. And the definition of substantial completion is when the building can be used for its intended purpose. And you are using it as a school. And so it is substantially complete, though it's not completed. The magic about that date is it's the date that warranties start. And you have, is it 1 year in this case, John, or is it longer?
I don't know. We've done some extended warranty, so I'll have to look into all the dates,
but typically that's the start of the warranty date, and you get, anything that happens within the next year is under the warranty. Sometimes it's longer on particular pieces of equipment. So, the rooftop units started. I don't know the exact date, but sometime in the last, couple weeks. And typically that sub is looking for a substantial completion on that. But there are a lot of things that are not complete, like the Rulon panels, like the playgrounds, like, probably a bunch of stuff, right? Your mass notification system, So I don't think we don't have a recommendation, and we're not going to solve it tonight. But when we have the job meeting tomorrow, Alyssa, we're going to want to start thinking about what's the right date, or how do we kind of sort when warranties start on various things. So. Anything to add or correct on that, John?
No, we're just gonna push it as far as we think we can, and when they kick, we'll give back a couple things, but we're gonna push it out as far as we think we can because of the status of the building, and try that, that's all.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a give and take, and there may be some we have to do earlier than others, but we're gonna do what's best for you, and the later that date is, that's the best for you. So we're gonna keep trying.
But I think that's going to be the focus. I mean, besides things that come up, we still will be going, obviously, to the weekly job meetings. So besides things that come up there, I think that's going to be kind of our focus for the moment.
John, while James on the phone, can I ask a design question? John?
John George?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute, Pat. Sure.
And this might be for, Mr. Bray as well. Is the entire lot open and running for circulation purposes? I know there's a ton of kids being dropped off. I happen to do parent drop off today. And I was just wondering, is everything open, or all the lanes? Is everything open for drop off, for circulation? Is it working the way we intended it to, getting the number of cars off the road, et cetera?
Yep, everything's open and working, Pat. All I would say is if people would, as the Bridgewater Police asked multiple times, come closer to 8:40 to get in line in 8:45 when drop off starts, instead of parking their cars for drop off at 8:30 and then South Street gets backed up. We have no staff to go out there. So if people would just come closer to the appropriate drop off time, I think we've done a good job of clearing South Street pretty quickly. So if people just came on time, I don't even think we would have a backup on South Street.
And that's what I heard. So I just wanted to it's just because people are coming that early and just parking there.
Correct. They come and they park and they form the line, but we don't, teachers' workday doesn't start till 8:50. I have some volunteers so we go out at 8:45. And it's already backed up to South Street, and it's strictly because people are just coming too early. They're just not waiting, or if they come too early, we've asked them to park in the lot, but they're not parking in the lot because it's hard to get out, because then everybody's doing the rolling drop off. So
that's exactly what I heard today when I asked about it. So I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if there was a lane that was somebody had said to me, oh, the certain section of the lane wasn't open yet, but I didn't think that was true. So it's just people coming.
No.
And the message needs to get out that people can't come to 8:45 then, so.
Correct. It's been in a weekly email for weeks and weeks and multiple times, but people just come and park. And like I said, we don't have anybody to go out there to supervise the kids, so they're just sitting in the line. That's why it happens.
So they actually park right in front of the school at 8:30 in the morning.
Correct.
Oh, all right.
Patrick and Dennis, I don't know if they're winding through the big parking lot, but that was the circulation diagrams that we were showing. So anyway, obviously that's more queuing capacity.
John, on the first day, there was a slight issue with it. We had our SRO, Gino Sergio, with us. He went out, kind of directed that traffic, and those first couple of days too, well, Dennis will tell you, and we get it. Parents wanted to physically get out of their cars, park, and come walk their children into the building. Then I think they realized with the rolling drop off, they were going to get stuck in that traffic. So since that time, I think the rolling drop off has been going really well, and just having that lane that's independent to just the buses, away from all the pedestrian traffic, is really, really working well. And I think the way Dennis has been doing dismissal, we tweaked it a couple times over the first couple of days, and dismissal at the end of the day was taking us, Dennis, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, to get those walkers and riders, out of the building and, into the hands of their parents. So I think everything from a traffic pattern standpoint is going as designed, as far as I'm concerned.
Great. I'm going to apologize, everybody, but I have to jump off onto another planning board meeting in 3 minutes. So I don't know if everyone's okay with our report, but I hope so.
Yeah, thank you. Just while you're still on, I wanted to, Matthew Rushton, you had sent something in about a design suggestion. I don't know if you want to talk about that now, or if you just wanted to get it out there and talk about it later.
John, whatever works for you. I mean, I realize it's probably too late, but I wasn't sure about the panels on the lodge wall that I had seen this weekend, and maybe Gene. I know I had talked to forget his name, Joe Sullivan, about panels. And I sent an email to a few of you, Derek and some others, just as sort of ideas. I thought it was the wall that doesn't have the panels on it yet, that's rather large, probably 40 feet by 40 feet tall. Just thought it was something really cool that I had seen at in Harvard, Mass, at one of their new elementary schools, and wasn't sure if it was too late to consider that on that wall, if the panels or where the panels were. But I did see in the update, I'm not sure if the panels are going on the actual wall that I was suggesting it.
Matthew, what did you see that you liked? Was it the big mural or?
Yeah, they had taken a mural of really Harvard and then connected it with points all over the world and then within the town. So it was really, really sort of neat. Big Arrow Street or something. I sent a link to the actual project design that they did, and thought for an elementary school. I'd mentioned it maybe a year or so ago, but again, it's probably too late, but just wanted to throw it out there.
Well, it's not too late. And I'm not saying that you do it or don't do it. So there are some things that are bought, they're sitting somewhere in a trailer and they're supposed to go up on that wall. You know, John or the rest of the committee, if you all decide that you would like to do some sort of mural, we'd be happy to, you know, give our ideas. And then
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sweated on it, other than I thought it was really a great idea, particularly in an elementary school. And I would leave it to, you know, the superintendent and members of the school committee if they felt like it's something that they would be interested in. I'd be happy to support pursuing it, but if not, I understand.
so I don't mind bringing it up with in the meeting tomorrow, Alyssa. You know, we could bring it up. I don't have an answer off the top of my head, except I'm happy to pursue it and help you if it's something people think's a good idea. With that,
Maybe,
I'd probably have to drop. Go ahead.
okay, maybe we could leave that with the superintendent to work that through. You have to go, Gene, right? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks you
Thank
guys.
you.
Take care.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, Derek, maybe you could work with Matt on that and see what, you know, what the next step is, how it would fit in to this, to the project, or if it's something that'll be done in the future.
Okay, so Mr. Russian, that's the preschool wing? Is that the wall you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like 40 by 40.
Yeah, the preschool wing. Yeah, okay. So like if you're in the main hallway and you were to the left, you go into the left, you're that hallway. I think that's what you're, that's the wall that it's gonna have the Rulon panels, right?
Yeah, okay, I guess so. I'd have to look at the footprint, think about the wall where it was.
Yeah.
If you wanted to jump on a quick call, Derek, if you have a chance, we could just talk real quick tomorrow.
Yeah. Like I said, we have our meeting at 1.
Okay.
So I have to meet some folks over at the Williams at 8, and then I'm walking the high school till about 11. So between maybe 11:30, 12:30. I don't know if that works for you, Matt.
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You got it.
That sounds good. And then if we need to get it on the agenda for the next meeting, we'll just make sure we do that. All right, anything, I guess that's it for the designer update because John's off now also, so. We're gonna move to item 8, approval of Bacon payment requisition number 20.
Sorry about that. I have so many monitors here. See if I got the right one. Okay, there it is. All right, so again, this requisition has been approved, recommended, negotiated, if you will, with RDA, myself, and Bacon. So the amount of requisition number 20 is $1,666,258.
John, if I could make a motion for payment number 20 in the amount of $1,666,258.
This is Lil, I'll second that.
Any discussion? All right, we'll take the roll.
John,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion is approved.
Thank you. Item 9, report of the communication group.
We had a little ceremony on Saturday. Everybody talked about already. Thank you all for coming. Those of you who could attend, we greatly appreciated seeing everybody there. I know the Mitchell family was honored to be there. I talked to Brad afterwards. Brad is one of George's sons who spoke on behalf of the family, and I know the family was touched by the ceremony and were very impressed by the building. The website will continue to be updated as long as we have meetings. So that is not going anywhere. So continue as people say, where do we get, where do we find? I didn't know, point them to the website. The website's not going anywhere for a while. When the project is completed and done, we will we'll start figuring out where all of this information is going to be moved to, because we certainly don't want to have to continue to pay for the website once the project is absolutely completed. So, well, did I miss anything? I don't think so, but
No.
All right, well, thank you. I want to thank the communication group. I think it was a great time, and for me personally, I just showed up. I mean, everything was already taken care of, prearranged. I was just pointed in the right direction. So that it didn't just happen by accident, right? It took a lot of work and coordination, and I think it was just the right touch. So thank you. All right. Item 10, next school building committee meeting. That was October 17th. October 17th or October 14th? Yep. Item 11, new business. Is there any new business? All right, seeing none. Item 12, public comment. Does anybody have any public comments? Wow, we're bordering on, I think, the shortest meeting ever, except the one we didn't have a quorum.
John, it
John,
looks
is
like,
it okay if I say something real quick?
Sure.
So I just wanted to thank the communications committee. You guys really did a fantastic job on the ribbon cutting. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. I wasn't really able to move, but my wife said it really was incredible. And the thoughtfulness behind the gifts really were amazing. I was having a pretty horrible day. And when she brought that gift home, it really made me smile, especially seeing my son's signature on it. So thank you. That was really great. Second, just super quick, the communication by Superintendent Swenson and Superintendent Powers and Principal Bray around kind of some of the shifts and movements with the new building has been excellent. They've really been ahead of the curve in communicating things out to all parents. So thank you for your work and dedication on that, guys.
Great, thank you.
and if I could just, because Michael just reminded me, and I apologize, I forgot. For the members of the committee who did not or were not able to attend, we have a gift for each member of the committee. It's a hard hat that we had signed by students at the Mitchell. So if you did not get one, let us know and we will we'll get that to you. Pat Driscoll, we have one, just like Mike and Scott. We have one that's signed by your kids as well. So,
Nice.
but who did not get one, let me know, please. I have them in my basement.
Thanks, Mike. And again, I apologize. Just between soccer and flag football, we couldn't get this. So
No worries. I know it was a tough fall sports starting and everything else.
Well, BTV was there, right, Michael?
Yes,
So-
but there, I actually had an email exchange with Xavier from BTV and Jeff Fowler. Jeff, as soon as Xavier gets him the camera back, we'll get it out there, and we'll actually link that to our website as well once that's up and on BTV's website.
Great. All right, does anybody else have anything? Otherwise, we'll move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Lil, second.
All right, we'll take the roll.
John,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Patrick,
yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved. The meeting's adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.